Hello everybody and welcome back to Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright. So, the number turns out it's belonging to someone pretty high ranking, maybe Damon Jant?
Someone who is so-called executive officer. They don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
But that's ridiculous. Just how...
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. An official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge?
You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive.
Lana? Oh yeah, she's just been sitting here this whole time.
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up on her ID number. And it's not 77777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. It's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Oh god.
You need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor.
Alright. I heard
Honor.
him fine, Mr. Edgeworth.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for the trial. At that time,
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Huh?
Lana.
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago...
Are they just stepping out to, like, share the space with each other?
Probably. Did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator, in that crime in the eye and say you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't.
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Ah! Why won't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
But Lana!
Even if it involved forging evidence.
Quote unquote. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No!
Oh.
Order! Order! Order!
Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom. Ah, I can't read that fast! What I'm waiting to fall day. Okay.
This is the third day, the last day we can have anything. So we're at the end. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. I didn't know. I never knew the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dart killings. Lana wanted Dart convicted so badly. That's why she used me. Jay? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you.
That's why she used me.
What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
I didn't see that one coming.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then,
What happened?
I'll never forget it. I passed out. Lightning struck and the lights went out, suddenly. A bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture?
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He could have known he was given false evidence. Even so, that's where it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred?
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. I was right!
Yep.
When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma, you've been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I said when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies.
Nerd! No.
Just stabs you. And find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime.
Something puzzling.
There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
The detective offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective.
Oh!
She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be a detective? I'd better have another talk with her. Hello.
Lana,
Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? That's not the logic
Lana,
at
if you're
all.
wrong, innocent person might be found guilty.
Believe me, I understand the risks. So she's another person of the same mindset. Better to let 100 innocent men go to prison than let one guilty man go free. Fucking hell. Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Hey, she has that same cross that's on Damon Jant's chest.
Huh, so she does. Interesting.
A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be.
That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul to the Damon Jant. Well,
I sold my soul to a blacksmith to forge that evidence.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said. Like, oh no, I definitely stabbed that man. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. It's true.
I've been possessed by the devil.
I was a member of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing.
Uh-huh, Damon Jant.
They still talk about all the cases that she and Chief Jant cracked together.
Chief Jant? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Jant. He was everything I aspired to be. And now he's an evil killer.
They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before reports could even be filed.
Uh-huh.
Goddamn.
That sounds suspicious, doesn't it? Almost like
It's
Damon
either-
Jant was causing crimes and then solving them?
Maybe? Either that or they were just that good.
Maybe. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was...
To gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right?
Jan's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. I bet it was. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Jant, right? Yes. Deputy Chief Jant and I shared the same office. So he was running to the same office that you two shared to kill Jant. Not you, not Emma. He was after Jant.
Potentially.
Because Jant was the one who was gonna forge everything on him. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. I had a cowboy, a gumshoe, and a starlet.
And another cowboy.
Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. Or was he? We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That's when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Jant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. No.
So no, he wasn't trying to kill Jan, he was trying to kill Anna.
So he waited until Jant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office, shared by Deputy Chief Jant and myself.
That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. What was Jant doing though?
Interrogating him.
No, but like, wouldn't he have chased after him like Marshall did? But no, he didn't even show up afterwards. He just didn't show up. Lana was the first one to show up. What the fuck was Jant doing? Just spinning his wheels? I was filing some paperwork while Jant and Marshall were questioning Dark. That's incriminating as fuck, dude. No. No. Joe Dark ran in here, wrestled with Neil Marshall, who caught him, and then knocked out Joe, and then stabbed Marshall, and made it look incriminating. Calling it now.
That's the switchblade.
3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. No, that doesn't fucking happen. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. Dude, this is so fucking fishy. Obviously.
Yeah.
What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident? That's right. Quite a coincidence, I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions come as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely.
I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. I was about to say Dark Joe.
Oh, Joe Dark. A dark cup of Joe. I get it. Finally get it. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case, but everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Huh? Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes. and the office that Damon Gent and I shared. The office that Mr. Gent now occupies by himself. The chief's office. And where was he? It's so suspicious. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
Adios.